Welcome to this deep dive, made for you, the learner. You sent over some really interesting stuff on Bitcoin lately.
Yeah, some good analysis.
Definitely. So our mission today is to unpack all the price moves, what might happen next, and, make it clear without getting lost in the weeds.
Absolutely. And what the sources are pointing out is that Bitcoin seems to be taking a bit of a breather right now.
A breather.
Yeah, they call it a sideways consolidation phase. Basically, the price isn't making a strong move up or down. It's just idling.
Okay, idling, sideways consolidation. But the notes also said it's choppy and corrective. That sounds a little less calm than idling.
That's a good point. Yeah, choppy means there are these sort of sharp little up and down movements within that sideways range, not smooth. And corrective suggests the market's maybe digesting a previous move, finding its footing. It also implies, interestingly, that the analysis isn't certain we've actually hit rock bottom for this phase.
Rock bottom.
Yeah.
They call it the fourth wave low, right?
Exactly. In technical analysis, these waves describe stages of market movement, and there's doubt about whether that fourth wave has truly finished its downward part.
Okay. And earlier there was some talk about an A-B structure and maybe a C-wave rally. Sounds like market jargon alphabet soup.
Ha! It can feel that way. Those are just labels for specific price patterns analysts look for. An AB is usually a two-step move, and a C-wave rally would typically be the upward move expected after that.
But the sources say that hasn't really panned out. No confirmation.
Right. The signals just weren't clear enough. That expected bounce didn't happen convincingly.
So if that idea is on the back burner, what are the main scenarios now? The source mentioned two counts, starting with the white count.
Yeah, the white count. This one involves something called a diagonal pattern.
What does diagonal look like?
Well, it often shows up when a trend might be losing a bit of steam but still trying to push. So in this white count scenario, the idea is we could see maybe one more little push higher.
One more high to complete the third wave, was the phrase.
Exactly. One last surge up, and then we get that pullback, the fourth wave pullback, like a final push before needing a rest.
Okay, and for that white count, there's a super important price level, right? Something like $78,420 from April 10th.
That's the one. 78,420. That was a recent low point, what analysts call a swing low.
And why is that low so critical?
Because in this white count scenario, as long as the price stays above that level, the general outlook still leans kind of positive. Bullish,
So it's like a line in the sand,
Right.
key support level.
You got it. It's a floor the price bounced off recently. Staying above it keeps the immediate positive structure intact, sort of.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's option one. What about the second possibility, the directly bullish scenario?
Right, the more straightforwardly positive one. For that to happen, Bitcoin needs to do something decisive.
Which is?
It needs to break firmly above a key resistance zone. Think of resistance like a ceiling the price has been hitting its head on.
And that ceiling is around.
Around $85,700. If Bitcoin can punch through $85,700 and stay above it, that could be the signal.
The signal for what?
The start of the next major leg up, what they call the fifth wave up, it would suggest stronger upward momentum is taking hold again.
Okay, two distinct paths. But because things have been so corrective and choppy,
Exactly. The analysis is playing it cautious. They're not jumping the gun.
they need clear signals first.
Precisely. Either that clean break above $85,700 resistance, or maybe a dip down that successfully holds above the $78,420 support. Until one of those happens, it's hard to have strong conviction.
All right, so summing it up for you, the learner. Bitcoin's kind of in limbo right now, consolidating sideways, not really committing up or down.
Yeah, a bit of a tug of war.
And the key numbers to watch are that floor at $78,420 and the ceiling around $85,700. How the price acts around those levels will likely give the best clues for the next move.
It's a good reminder, actually. Sometimes watching and waiting for the market to show its hand is the smartest play. The data needs to confirm things.
Definitely. So, the learner, the big takeaway here is this indecision in the Bitcoin market. Keep those levels 78,420 and 85,700 on your radar. They're likely triggers for the next significant direction.
And this whole consolidation phase, while maybe a bit boring day to day, is actually pretty revealing about the underlying forces balancing out.
It really highlights that patience, waiting for confirmation, is key. So thinking about this period of uncertainty, what questions does it raise for you about market analysis itself? Maybe exploring how analysts even identify these patterns and levels could be an interesting next step for your own learning.